guys, so this is what's good for one day. This is a limited series that's on Netflix. Came out at the beginning of February. Honestly, just in time for Valentine's Day. And essentially, it's adapted from a novel, same name. There's also a movie that was adapted from the novel, same name. Came out in 2011 and it stars Anne Hathaway. And essentially, why the series was made was to go into more detail that the novel provides that maybe the movie didn't get into or that the movie couldn't fit in. So, if you wanted more detail, you have the series. If you're an Anne Hathaway fan, there is the movie. You have a movie for it. So, you have options. Essentially, what the whole premise of this story is, you have two individuals who meet at a college graduation, and over years they keep in contact with each other, and on one day they try to meet up, do something, see each other, something. They meet up for that one day. And essentially with this story you just see, how are their lives going even when they don't write each other. You dig into their story at the time, and it's just really interesting. Like it feels very realistic. It's not one of those stories, and that's why I said I feel like half the time I have to be in a mood, because it feels like sometimes with different dramas or romance movies, stories, sometimes I'm just like, all right. Would this is this real? Would this happen? It's just one of those things. Not all, just some. And I just felt like this was something that was really realistic. I will say, the reason I ended up watching it was because the actress who plays Emma, she was essentially talking about how she didn't think she was going to get the main role just because, of how she looks. She was like, I didn't think, normally someone like me is not the main role. I then was like, all right, I want to see the work that she did because, she was chosen. I was hearing some people talk about it anyway. So I became very curious. And two, I just wanted to support her. I wanted to see how she did. I will tell you this. Everyone in the show did a fantastic job, but there was something about Emma, like every time, that I just felt, yes, you can connect to her, you can identify with her in some way, shape, or form. I was always gravitated towards Emma. I didn't mind Dexter. Like, nothing against the person who plays Dexter, anything bad about him. Honestly, he's probably the second character I was gravitated towards. But there was always something about Emma to where I'm like, let's focus on her. Like, I want to see more of her and this performance. So I was like, she does a fantastic, everyone does a fantastic job. Emma was my MVP. If you know how the story ends, you know how the story ends. I'm not going to get into that. But like I said, every bit of this, I just feels realistic. And I think that's why a lot of people are talking about it or have maybe started watching it, because it's a story that, again, spans over years. They are events and things that just feel like, yeah, this can happen. And I feel like the themes, even from the story itself, they really sink in. I think overall, with what the story provides you, the audience can really take essentially what they're seeing and say, okay, this could happen to me. Like, this could happen to me. You never know. And so that's why I think it has been very popular, and that's why I think a lot of people are talking about it. Now, if you've seen the movie, if you've seen the show, feel free to leave your thoughts down below, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.